One of the weirdest things you'll ever see on a beach isn't a guy sunbathing in jeans. It's a bunch of perfectly round stone eggs casually chilling along the shore, like the earth laid them last night and forgot to clean up. We're not talking kinda round either. These things are freakishly spherical, like nature was flexing her geometry homework. Now, if your brain is going, wait, are those dinosaur eggs? Congrats. You've asked the same question every confused tourist has whispered under their breath. Spoiler, no, they're not about to hatch a family of T-Rexes, but what they are might just be weirder. Meet the Moeraki Boulders, ancient rock spheres scattered across Kokahe Beach, New Zealand, looking like they crashed there from a video game with really high graphics settings. But here's the kicker. These stone balls are over 56 million years old. That's so old, if they had Facebook, their status would just say fossil. Each one can weigh several tons, and some are up to 3 meters in diameter. That's roughly the size of a car, but with way less chance of needing an oil change. And no, they didn't fall from the sky. They weren't sculpted by humans, and they definitely aren't left behind by ancient alien tourists who couldn't find parking. They formed completely naturally. Ready for the nerdy but awesome part? These boulders are made from calcite, formed through a process called concretion. Basically, it's like rock snowballing. Tiny bits of sediment stuck together, slowly, very slowly, as in, over millions of years, around a central core. Kinda like how an awkward group chat turns into a full-on wedding invite list. Eventually, erosion exposed them. Waves, wind, and time patiently carving away the softer surrounding material until the boulders rolled out into daylight like, sup, world. Now here's something your tour guide probably won't tell you. Some of these boulders are hollow. Yeah, cracked open, they reveal a sparkly, crystal-like interior that looks like geodes. It's like a kinder egg, if the surprise inside was a mineral structure and not a tiny choking hazard. Oh, and while we're at it, some of these boulders have veins. Not like veins in your arm, but crack lines filled with calcite that make them look like they've been stitched up Frankenstein style. Mother Nature's weirdly into aesthetics. One of the boulders even has a Maori legend behind it. The local people say they're the remains of calabashes, eel baskets, and kumara that washed ashore from a legendary canoe wreck. So basically, an ancient grocery list turned into geological icons. Love that for them. Here's a random flex. These boulders are so unique, scientists still don't fully agree on why they're so big and so perfectly round. Some say it's about time and mineral saturation. Others just stare at them and say, yep, still weird. Also, there are similar boulders in other parts of the world, like the Kutu boulders, also in New Zealand, the Cannonball concretions in North Dakota, and the Bowling Ball Beach rocks in California. But none are quite as dramatic or perfectly extra as the Moeraki squad. And you know what's even weirder? Some of these boulders are slowly breaking. Yep, the same process that revealed them is now slowly taking them apart. So technically, we're all just watching really, really slow-motion rock drama unfold. So next time someone says, nothing interesting ever happens on a beach, kindly show them a photo of a 3-meter-wide rock egg, older than dinosaurs' retirement plans, wearing natural crystal bling. And hey, if a rock can chill on a beach for 56 million years and still make headlines, maybe you're not doing that bad. But wait, that's just the intro. Let's really dig into this geological rabbit hole, or should I say rock hole? Because these boulders aren't just a pretty photo op, they're basically Earth's way of showing off. First off, let's talk size. These things range from smallish, about the size of a basketball, to absolutely monstrous, as in, good luck fitting that in your living room size. Imagine trying to explain that to your landlord. Yeah, so, about the hole in the wall, I was just moving my 3-meter-wide rock friend inside. And because they're scattered across the beach, tourists do what tourists always do. Pose with them. You'll see people trying to push them like they're giant bowling balls, pretending to sit on them like thrones or even hugging them. Which, to be fair, is exactly what I would do too if I met a rock older than my family tree. Now, here's where it gets cooler. These concretions, which is the fancy geology word, aren't just New Zealand's problem. Nope, They happen around the world. But the Moeraki ones are like the VIPs of the concretion world. They're bigger, rounder, and just extra. The Kardashians of geology, if you will. And let's not skip the science flex here. Geologists studied these things to understand not just how they formed, but what they can tell us about the environment millions of years ago. Think of them like time capsules, but instead of storing mixtapes and awkward middle school notes, they're holding the secrets of ancient sediment layers. Some even have fossilized shells and bones at their core, like nature's way of saying, "Surprise, here's some paleo memorabilia." Speaking of surprises, those hollow ones I mentioned earlier, when cracked open, some are lined with crystals like quartz or calcite. They glitter under sunlight, which is why tourists go full magpie mode and want to take pictures inside them. It's basically geology's version of bling. And honestly, not a bad flex for a rock. Now, sarcasm break. You know how humans take forever to get things done sometimes? These rocks put us to shame. Forming one of these giant boulders took millions of years. Millions. Let that sink in. That's longer than the entire existence of most species. So the next time someone complains that you're taking too long to text back, just say, relax. The Moeraki Boulders took 56 million years to form. I'm basically early. And of course, the erosion part is key. They weren't just sitting pretty waiting for us to find them. Nope. For millions of years, they were buried under softer rock. The ocean waves, storms, and tides slowly stripped that away until one day, boom, rock eggs on the beach. It's like the Earth did a very slow magic trick. Pick a rock, any rock. Okay, wait 20 million years. Ta-da! Let's also give a shout out to their cultural significance. For the Maori, these aren't just random rocks. They're tied to the story of the legendary canoe Aretouru. The boulders are said to be the remains of the cargo it carried. Gourds, kumara, sweet potatoes, eel baskets that washed ashore after the canoe wrecked. So when locals see these rocks, they don't just see geology. They see history, ancestry, and myth carved into the landscape. Pretty poetic if you ask me. And fun fact, the beach where these boulders hang out, Koikohei Beach, it's now a full-on tourist magnet. Thousands of people visit every year, all to see rocks. And not just any rocks. Rocks that literally look like the Earth tried to lay a clutch of dragon eggs and then forgot about them, which honestly is the best kind of tourism. Let's also not ignore the fact that scientists still debate why they're so perfectly round. Like, come on, we've put people on the moon, built smartphones that can recognize our faces, but we still don't fully know why some rocks went full geometry teacher on us. That's humbling. Another thing, some of them are breaking down. Erosion, cracks, waves, all working together to slowly chip away at them. So when you're standing there taking selfies with one, you're literally witnessing the slow death of a 56-million-year-old rock. Kinda dramatic, but also kinda epic. And hey, let's sprinkle in some comparisons. The Cannonball concretions in North Dakota, smaller, less Instagrammable, Bowling Ball Beach in California? Cool, but their boulders look like Moeraki's younger cousins who never quite hit the gym. The Kutu boulders in New Zealand? Respect. But they're still the sidekick to Moeraki's main character energy. And here's something tourists never think about. These boulders aren't indestructible. People used to chip pieces off them, smash them open, or carve into them as souvenirs. Thankfully, now they're protected. But imagine surviving 56 million years of geological drama just to get whacked by a tourist with a hammer in 1920. Tragic. Let's also be real. Beaches are usually all about sandcastles, seashells, and the occasional seagull trying to steal your fries. But this beach said, nah, we're going full prehistoric art gallery. And if you zoom out, not literally, unless you're in a helicopter, you realize these boulders aren't just rocks on a beach. They're proof of deep time. They remind us that Earth plays the longest game imaginable. Millions of years to grow them, millions more to reveal them, and now, millions of tourists photographing them. Not bad for a bunch of oversized pebbles. So whether you see them as dragon eggs, geological marvels, or just giant excuses for a good Instagram shot, the Moeraki Boulders are proof that Earth has a sense of humor and a flair for drama. And honestly, I respect that. This is Earth-niverse. slowly building a video nature encyclopedia. Stick around, subscribe, and let's explore together.